Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the ILG LCL day 5, I believe, and this is about the third match of today. We got Clueless Gaming going up against TTFU, a relatively new team versus one of Bangladesh's best team. So yeah, first off, blue team is TTFU, while purple team will be Clueless. So over on the blue team, we've got the Maokai band, Zerat band. Purple team has gone straight on the 280 carry bands. We've got the Quinn band and the Caitlyn band. So, Ice Slayer, let's start with the purple team first. Why do you think the Quinn and Caitlyn band?
Because since the last two games that I've seen, TTFU, this is the third game for them today, and since the last two games, they have been dominating with the Quinn. Like Captain Awesome, he took the Quinn the last two games, and he's been dominating in the top lane. And Caitlyn last game, she wasn't so good with the Caitlyn, but I guess they're just looking at the last game and banning those champions.
Indeed, so yeah, both teams actually very good. Both of them doing their homework properly, targeting their band specifically. I mean, they did see, I do believe it was God Must Be Crazy playing that Syndra in the mid lane, and Captain Awesome playing his Quinn in the top lane. And they did have a lane swap earlier in the game, but they relatively just dominated. And also, Agent of Chaos on that Caitlyn going 10-1 in their first game. Really big numbers being put on by the blue team. So, yeah, this just shows you how competitive and how well Purple team is doing their homework. I mean, they know what they've been spectating the last two games. They've seen what type of comps and what type of picks that the blue team has been going, and they counter accordingly. So yeah, meanwhile on the blue team, we do see pretty standard Maokai in the top lane. He's probably one of the strongest top laners in this meta at the moment, so you know they don't really want to be dealing with a very strong tanky champion and very strong in this patch itself. So yeah, we will be seeing a Maokai ban coming up. Next is Zerat ban coming. I'm not too sure about the Zerath ban. Forbidden Requiem Zerath is very good, although he doesn't really favor the AP poke mids. He mostly favors the AD mids, so I guess we do see a good Zed ban coming up, but I'm surprised they didn't ban the Yasuo. So, because in the game where we saw Clueless Gaming versus Furious 5, no, not Furious 5, Epic Rogue, I believe. Yeah, Epic Rogue. We did see Forbidden Requiem just dominating with that Yasuo, and that's his probably main champion, so I guess it was just blue team being a bit sloppy here and not really doing their homework correctly. So, yeah, those are the bans. Coming into the picks, we do have the blue team taking their jungler, J4. Yeah, I do believe he is the strongest jungler in this patch. More stronger than Lee Sin at the moment, and we have their bot lane being picked out, a Morgana bot lane and a Jinx. And over on the purple team, we do have a Wukong being picked. So, Isler, do you think that would be a Wukong top or a Wukong jungle?
Right now, as we can see by summoner spells, I guess he's planning to go top. And Gnar jungle. Okay, that's gonna be a bit not so common to see champ going into jungle, because we generally see a Gnar going top lane.
Yeah, so I think they're probably gonna pick it for each other and then switch. I think I'm not really sure. That's most likely gonna be the case. So yeah, coming down to we got the last 10 seconds being based on the picks here, and we might see a Thresh Corki lane. So as we know, Corki being the king of all AD carries, you know, he's got at level 6 finishing his Trinity Force and the Sorcerer Shoes. He's got that poke with his R. The Rocket's doing tremendous amount of damage. His Q also helps him survive lane, and he also has his E to help shred tank armor. So how do you think a Thresh and Corki bot lane going is gonna fare up against a Morgana and a Jinx bot lane?
I guess it's gonna be better lane for the Corki, I guess, but Corki does a little bit of magic damage, and I guess Jinx having just 1 CC and having not much escape, I guess she's gonna have a bit of a trouble farming in the bot lane.
Yeah, so that might be it. What I like to talk about is the support. So yeah, Morgana is supposed to be the counter to Thresh in the bot lane. I mean, he has she has the spell shield. She can block most of the incoming CC out by Thresh and Corki. So yeah, that's why Morgana is played in the support role a lot. She's a very good counter to the lot of tanky CC supports like Thresh, Leona, Braum. But yeah, Thresh still can be played, but he's gonna have a little bit of a problem down in the bot lane. But I think when it comes down to the team fight phase, skirmishes we see, and just team fighting, objective style play, we can still see him being as an engager and could peel for the carry. Carry's pretty good. So yeah, now we also see a Yorick being picked in the top lane. So how do you think the top lane matchup would go, Ice? There we have a Wukong versus Yorick.
So the Wukong versus Yorick, I'm not pretty much aware of how a Yorick will do against the Wukong. But I guess Wukong going a teleport, I guess he's gonna be harassed a lot by that Yorick. Because okay, we see switching in the champions and we see the Wukong's gonna go jungle and the Gnar going top. So I guess the Gnar is gonna have a tough time because he's a bit squishy in the early levels and Yorick has a lot of harass. So he's gonna have a tough time doing the top lane.
Yeah, so indeed, Yorick just a very good Yorick is just a very good top laner. I mean, he brings a lot of poke. His ulti is also very useful in team fights, and yeah, he's just really too really good in the top lane. So yeah, let's see how that one goes out. Gnar, as you know, as in the meta, he's just a very strong top laner in the meta. He brings a lot of damage. He brings also a lot of tankiness to his team, and he's basically the king of top laners right now in patch 4.21. So I'd like to see how that plays out. And also, just talking about this team, SWAT has been playing Gnar in the last few games, and he's been very consistent. I mean, he has been winning his lane against Jarvan top lane, against other top laners. So let's see how he fares up against this one. Um, Also, before talking about the mid lane, let's talk about the Oh no! Let's talk about the mid lane first. So, one thing I'd like to notice, to like tell you about the mid lane is, they've had LeBlanc's what do you call the silence being removed from LeBlanc, but they do still have his damage there, which makes LeBlanc very viable in competitive play if you've got the mechanics. While
Indeed.
yeah, so the thing I'd like to say is when LeBlanc had her silences on, she was a direct counter to Ari. She was an absolute direct counter. Everything Ari does, whatever LeBlanc does with her Q and W, Q and E, Q and anything combination would just silence Ari and burst her down because Ari is a very squishy mage assassin. But now they've taken the silence off of LeBlanc, but they still have the damage. So Ari, I guess now I'd say would probably counter a LeBlanc in lane if played correctly. Like now, over before a few patches ago when LeBlanc had her silence, we just see LeBlanc going in with her Q E W R, I guess, and Ari would get bursted out, and Ari wouldn't be able to do anything except auto attack in between the bursts. But now, since the silence is not there anymore, while LeBlanc is using her distortion, which is her W ability, to kind of proc her Q onto Ari, Ari could now use her ability, so she can Spirit Rush away to help minimize the damage. She can Charm and basically go all in and probably take down the LeBlanc. So yeah, that's why I really wasn't a fan of the Forbidden Requiem's LeBlanc pick in the current situation right now because he is kind of at a disadvantage. I mean, he still, I guess, if he does have the mechanics, he can try and dodge the charm, which would then probably help him trade better or probably get a kill potential or something. But as a straight up 1v1 at the best mechanical level out there, Ari should outbeat LeBlanc.
Yeah, but I guess he's the last pick. He took up LeBlanc. He must be confident, and he must be looking at playing LeBlanc in the going towards the mid game and then bursting out Jinx. She can easily burst out Jinx. I guess she's planning for the she is planning that she could do more during the team fights. She bursts down someone, and it's obviously going to be Jinx most of the times, and then the blue team isn't going to have anyone to carry them. And I guess it's up to that Ari. If she's a good Ari, I guess only then she'll be able to get that LeBlanc if she gets the skill shots right.
Indeed. So, before the game starts, as we load into the game, let's talk about the jungle a little bit. So, yeah, Corrupt has been playing Jarvan along for most of the matches, I'd say, for today. He is he is decent in the jungle. He does waste a lot of times trying to give early advantages to his allies over in the top lane or mid lane or something. He doesn't really stick around bot lane much, but yeah, he is decent in the jungle. He has decent Jarvan mechanics when ahead, and yeah, he's all right. But over on Bradley's jungle, Bradley, again, a very great jungler. He doesn't. I don't believe he mains Wukong, but Wukong is one of his most played champions. So yeah, I'd like to really see how this game goes on. What do you think about the jungle, Islayer?
About the jungle, Jarvan is actually a good jungle, and last game we saw Krupp playing Lee Sin, and he made quite a few mistakes in that game, even though they won the game in the end. But early levels, he made a lot of mistakes going into the mid lane, and he went into the mid lane at the wrong moments. So I guess from the last game, he should learn something of the map awareness. He didn't see the other jungler coming in, even if it was warded. He made quite a few mistakes, so let's hope he learns from his mistakes and not make them again.
Yeah, indeed. So, yeah, that's something we'd have to look upon. So, yeah, coming down to the last topic, team fight phase. So, who do you think is going to win in a team fight, and at what point do you think another team would be better in the terms of team fighting?
If you ask me, I'm not pretty sure right now who would be doing great in the team fights because both of the teams have a good potential of putting in a lot of damage. But if you ask me, if the Wukong and the Gnar and the Thresh, they three, okay, we might have, okay, the flash has been used, but okay. So talking about the team fights, I guess the red team has a greater chance of winning the team fight probably because they have
Oh, meanwhile,
three
at
tanks.
level 1, the Thresh hook going on, Corrupt flashing away, but there's no follow-up on that. Very good early invade by Clueless Gaming. I mean, they moved in as 5 while the blue team moving in as 1. So that's another strategy you guys should try and form in your ranked games, guys. Whenever in the early game, you should try and stick as 5, or at least if you're gonna stick apart, you should be aware of those invades. Red team could have got the kill on the Jarvan if they actually followed up on that.
Okay. I need to know what time you are at because I'm way ahead, I guess. I already saw that.
What time are you on?
142.
Oh wow, I'm on 130, 131. Lokesh, what time are you at? What the
Okay, you're
hell?
way ahead.
Okay, since I'm the lowest time, can you guys come back to my time?
Okay, what time are you on?
144, 145, 146, 147, 148,
Okay, I'm
149,
1 second ahead of
150,
you. I'm just 1 second ahead of you.
150. Lokesh? Lokesh, are you there? Yeah, just press backspace once and see what time you're at. Can you like increase 1 second? If you go on the you see the spectating where you arrange champions and all that stuff, right? On the top, there'll be like a bar. Yeah, well, if you just hover your cursor on it, you can see the time zones that are happening. So, yeah, that's good. Okay, so yeah, sorry about that. There's a small bug in Garena that doesn't allow everybody to spectate at the correct time. So, Yeah, what we were missing is bot lane had a small engage. There was no kill, but I think both summoners were being used, and now both Clueless Gaming got level 2 first, so we might see an engage, I believe. On top lane, also a little bit of trading. Surprised to see that Captain Awesome is out trading Squad at this moment. What are your thoughts, Esther? Oh, over in the bot lane, we actually do have an engage going on. Both bot lanes very low HP. Agent of Chaos Mahesh taken very low, while in the packet and Invincible also very low. So will we see another engage? Oh, people are just playing it very safe. So yeah, a lot of action going on in this map. So Ice there, what are your thoughts on the top lane Yorick versus Gnar? I mean, we see Yorick able to trade fantabulously against SWAT.
Yeah, just as I said, Yorick is gonna have a lot of harass over that Gnar. Like, he has his lifesteal, he has the poke. It's gonna be disastrous for the Gnar, I guess, during the laning phase.
Yeah, so I guess, do you think there's any point of time where Gnar would probably be stronger in laning?
Gnar would probably be stronger only if he goes in. Like,
oh, over at bot lane we do have an engage. Both teams get taken very low. Thresh comes, here comes Corrupt with the perfect EQ, and First Blood will go to just. Meanwhile in the mid lane, we have King Gladi ganking and taking up the kill against Ari. So yeah, the gold finally evening out, I guess. I do believe that blue team got First Blood first, and that was just a beautiful presence by Corrupt, and King Bradley also making something happen with the Ari, and that. And now he goes top lane on to Captain Awesome. Captain Awesome without very less mana, going pretty aggro. The red buff does burn on. Smite is also being rolled off. SWAT going in very aggressive, does pick up the kill, takes the turret shot, but that doesn't matter. He'll go up, and second blood goes to him. This puts Clueless Gaming back into the lead, 7.4k to 7.8k. I mean, 6.4k to 6.8k. So yeah, very good play by King Bradley, don't you think, Iceler?
Yeah, that's a really good play. He immediately, by getting that kill on Ari, he went onto the top lane without... Because generally what junglers would do, they got a kill in the mid lane, they would go into their jungler if they're not really low on health. But King Bradley made the right choice. He saw that Yorick was low on mana, so he made the right choice of going into the top lane and easily getting the kill. Because he needs to help the Gnar in the top lane, because if he doesn't, Gnar is going to have a hard time just laning 1v1 against that Yorick.
Indeed. We also had a good bot lane. Even if you look at the bot lane matchup, the farm looks pretty even, but I believe TTFU has a better, they have more gold in terms of the assist. So yeah, how do you think this mid lane matchup is gonna go, since LeBlanc has the better items against God Must Be Crazy, and we do see LeBlanc going very aggressive on to God Must Be Crazy as soon as they come back into the lane, trading very well. Will Forbidden Requiem turret dive this? No, he won't. He actually flashes out, going a bit too aggressive onto that turret. And yeah, just a bad play by Forbidden Requiem, too aggressive as a mid lane assassin. So yeah, now we have
as you were saying,
coming up and ganking, and he will just give his presence and probably go away.
Yeah, so as you were saying about the mid lane, that Ari is like right now a good counter for LeBlanc. But if you see, LeBlanc was really clever about using her E while she charmed her. So that was a good thing that she did. She made sure that after getting this charm on her, she doesn't go away. She's still there in the team fight. Okay, we might have a fight at the bot lane.
No, oh, SWAT taking down Yorick ulting himself and trying to get SWAT down. Will he get SWAT down? No, SWAT just gonna jump away, and that was a beautiful play by SWAT if you've seen it. But now we have Jarvan coming down. Will he land his EQ? No, he sees Forbidden Requiem there, and he's not gonna go. The snare also from Morgana does miss. So yeah, a lot of action going on in this game, don't you think?
Yeah, all the lanes have been trying to get those kills. Okay, we might see Jinx going down.
Now we have another engage coming up with the bot lane. This time we have King Bradley going to get very aggressive onto Chaos. The smite does does being used, and Mahesh just flashing away an Agent of Chaos. That was a beautifully timed spell shield, or else that would have been probably be a kill, not sure. But yeah, that spell shield was beautiful, and we do have a failed dead sentence coming out mid Thresh.
So what do you feel? Both of the junglers have gone for the chilling smite. I've been seeing a lot of junglers choosing chilling smite in this new meta. I am not sure why.
What did you say again? Sorry, my mic cut out.
I was talking about the chilling smite. Both the junglers have been wanting to go towards the chilling smite. So why is that? Why aren't they going in for the other?
Well,
Now you
because
have
I
four
guess in
kinds
this
of
patch,
smite.
yeah, I guess in this patch the Smite is the best at the moment because both junglers, Jarvan and Wukong, have very good ganking potential. So they don't have much CC, I'd say. So the Smite just helps them out. The CC helps them secure and slow down kills, and just gives them helps their carry to burst them down. So yeah. I guess that is the best in the meta at the moment, and a very good option for both junglers who have good ganking potential but just very little CC.
Indeed. So as we see in the bot lane, we might have a kill on Ari, but she misses both her skill shots. And over the top lane, we have Gnan is dealing actually a lot of damage to that Yorick. I mean, even though he has a lot of poke, he's not able to outfarm. I mean, he's able to outfarm the Gnar, but he's not able to deal that much damage to him. So
Yeah,
what are your thoughts?
Yorick is actually kind of weak at the moment because he does get that Tear of the Goddess, so he's gonna try and spend most of his time in his lane just farming up and not really going for any aggressive or potential kills on the SWAT, whereas SWAT, going for the brutalizer, getting that cloth armor, he's 2-0 and he's going to be looking forward to get some kills on Captain Awesome. Well, Captain Awesome, he needs to farm, get his mirror mana, and then probably look to dish out some real damage, but otherwise, it'll be best not for him to go aggressive.
Yeah, and as I said, Gnar can only win that lane if he goes all in, he gets his rage full, and then he switches into Mega Gnar. That's the moment that he needs to go in on that Yorick so that Yorick can't use much of his abilities. And that's the only way I guess Gnar is easily gonna win that lane.
Yeah, indeed, and we do have some pinging coming on the bot lane. I mean, bot lane is quite pushed up. Forbidden Requiem does come, but he gets spotted out by a ping ward. Panda in the pocket going for the hook, but he does miss. One thing I'd like to point out about this mid lane, I was talking about how Ahri is basically, at the moment, a counter to LeBlanc, because every time LeBlanc uses her distortion, Ahri can charm. But in this case, what LeBlanc is doing is actually very smart. He's engaging with the distortion and then using his Q and E to trade with Ahri, and which is causing a lot of problems for the Ahri right now. At 36 to 75 farm in the mid lane alone, so they need to go out. Meanwhile, the mid lane, we do have an engage coming up between these two. The two Eternal Change are being used by Forbidden Requiem. Now he's going to go for the Signal of Silence, but he doesn't connect it with the distortion, so both cheap people would live, but you can just see in the mid lane, both champion LeBlanc being the better champion here in the outtrade. I mean, I guess they really meant it when they said that they haven't nerfed any of the damage by LeBlanc. So
yeah,
this
she's
makes
dealing
her
a lot of
extremely
damage.
viable. Oh, but over the bot lane, Invincible getting hooked up. He does connect an Agent of Chaos, taking up his first kill against Jinx over there. And now we have Wukong. Cataclysm does being used. He does fail this Wukong ulti. Now we have the teleport in coming on by Garnar, and blue team just gonna try and disengage this. Very good play by J4 down in the bottom lane. I mean, Thresh did go back and he signaled for a black, and while Invincible just too slow in clicking the lantern, which and also came out a beautiful snare by Mahesh, and they connect with the EQ knockup from Jarvan, and the traps by Jinx just secures CC chained Corki there, preventing him from touching the lantern and also bursting him down. So yeah, beautiful play bot lane by blue team. Sorry.
Yeah, indeed. And I guess Gnar shouldn't have used his teleport right there. He should have just used that teleport so that they disengage, and then he should have cancelled it. It would have a 200-second cooldown only. And that J4 play was really nice. He kind of neglected that Wukong ulti from using his ulti, which was very clever of the J4.
Indeed, and also, I didn't know if Panda and Pocket had a. Oh, you know, Panda and Pocket was very aggressive. Does land the cook onto Agents of Chaos. Corki doing a lot of damage there. Does take down Agent of Chaos. Bad play by blue team. Very bad play by blue team. I mean, Jinx, I don't know what she was doing. Was she trying to 1v2 or anything? And her flash was also kind of useless. She should have flashed before the hook, or you know, shouldn't have flashed at all, because once the hook is land by Thresh, you're dead.
Yeah, I guess the Jinx did not expect that they would go all aggressive on her right there.
Indeed, and also what made that, and also, you know, Clueless Gaming taking the lead by a ton. Now they've got almost 1 kill on every champion, while only Jarvan and Jinx have a kill over on the blue team. So this gives the gold lead over to the red team, 16.4k to 18.4k, exactly 2k difference.
Indeed. So we seeing a lot of pings going on the top lane by the blue team. I guess they spotted Gnar with that Skittle. So the blue team have been using their Skittles usefully. Okay, we have a pause coming up, and we see Invincible disconnecting.
It's small net problems. Both teams have the desired 10-minute pause timer. So yeah, in the meanwhile, I'd like to talk about such situations that are just happening in the mid lane. LeBlanc LeBlanc does have cooldowns on her spells. That's one thing I'd like to say, because
Yeah.
she is just harassing the living hell out of Ari over in the mid lane, and Ari just, you know, she has ulting for every engage LeBlanc does. I mean, LeBlanc, I think, is not really maxing her W, so she doesn't have much. She can't really finish off Ari, but she can just out-trade and harass Ari to the core with her Q and E, and also, and yeah, so, what Ari needs to do is to understand, she has to get a kill under low HP, like, there's no other way, because, they have to wait for, Forbidden Requiem's Q, come out, and, yeah, once that happens, second.
Okay, meanwhile Loki's coming back. We'll just look over at the CS lead that the lanes are going through. So if we see on the top lane, the Yorick is having a 23 CS lead on the Gnar, but the Gnar is like 100 gold ahead of Yorick, even though yeah he's been having a lot of harass from the Yorick, but he's getting the skills. The Gnar is getting the skills, so that is really important for him right now, I guess. And the junglers, if we see, the J4 is 100 gold again behind the Wukong, and he's also even 10 CS behind him, almost 10 CS. So I guess the purple team has been doing really well right now, and they just have to wait for the mid game. Corki is gonna have a lot of damage. Then over the mid lane, we'll go over the mid lane, and we see LeBlanc kind of destroying that Ari by that CS lead. Like she has like almost twice the gold that Ari has. So yeah, so the Ari has twice the gold. So if we see
User left your channel.
if we see over it, LeBlanc can kind of get that mid tower, go over to the bottom lane, roam around, get more kills for the team, and that would be an easy easy win for the purple team. So going over to the bottom lane, Corki, as we see, has been out CSing Jinx. I guess everyone on the red team has been out CSing even the Thresh has been out chasing the Morgana. Uh, so the Corki is dealing a lot of damage right now with, and after he gets his Trinity Force, he can like totally destroy that Jinx 1v1. I guess we can say Corki after that Trinity Force can destroy anyone 1v1. So that's the whole scenario of the game right now. Red team is pretty much almost 2k ahead overall in the gold lead of the team. So moving over to the items, if you see, we see the Gnar going a Brutalizer and Warden's Mail. So I guess I'm not really sure why he went for a Brutalizer, because um, Yorick is gonna go tank, no doubt, but we generally see Gnars going BOTRK as the first items and then going a Trinity. So I guess it's up to him, it's his choice rather, and let's hope that that Brutalizer does a lot of damage, gets him a bit tank. He needs to get tanky. He needs to get tanky for the team fights. And Yorick, on the other hand, I guess he's going for a Frozen Heart as his first item, and he's going to just stack up his tier until then. And going on to the jungle, the Jarvan has still not upgraded his smite. He's still onto his basic smite, chilling smite. He'll just be using that, but he's not upgraded it. And then going over to the middle lane, we have a Morellonomicon coming in from the LeBlanc, and the Morellonomicon is actually a good item now, as it does 100% base mana regeneration and gives you 40%.
Hey,
Like
wake up.
after the health goes below 40%, it does grievous wound. It deals grievous wounds, so that's really good. And she gets those cooldowns. And Ari, like she's not doing really well in the middle lane, so she's not actually being able to get any items. So I guess they have resumed the game. Skorky's back, and right now there isn't much happening in the game. Jarvan coming in on the bot lane, probably is gonna camp or something. Yeah, Jarvan in the bot lane, he's going from the back. He's probably gonna camp over in the bush, wait for them to push, and then get ahead. So we possibly gonna see a nice engage coming in, because Wukong is also here. We see that Morgana gets this proper snare. We see Mahesh. We see Krub going down. We see Mahesh flashing out of that. So that was a really nice engage from the purple team, the Thresh giving the lantern to Wukong. And moving over to the top lane, we see Gnar and Yorick kind of trading almost equally, because there was a lot of minion aggro from the purple side, which actually helped Gnar, making Yorick retreat back and not go into the kill, being too greedy for the kill. The purple team going in for a dragon right now, and I guess this is going to be a very easy dragon from them. Ari used her ulti trying to get over the dragon wall, so you misused her ulti, you can say. Like, that cooldown's gonna be, and it's gonna hurt her in the lane right now. She's trying to dodge those LeBlanc's W's with her ultis, but it's not being so useful to her right now. So Corki backing off after getting that dragon. Morgana's taking down the Vision Ward. So basically everyone's like, purple team has a lot of CS lead, lot of gold lead. They're wanting to dominate the game, and they want to show the purple team that even though they have picked those champs, Jink using her ult, I don't know why she used that ult, because Thresh wasn't so low. She should have attacked the Thresh more and then used her ult. So one more ult going down.
User joined your channel.
Okay,
We
guys,
have
I'm back.
another
Small
pause coming
problems.
in.
Yeah, so we have another pause coming in. Just a team, disconnecting from team servers. And one thing I'd like to mention to all teams is that you have to be on teams. You have to be on our TeamSpeak server to play. You can't be on your own, and you have to be on your hour. So yeah, just mentioning that out there. So yeah.
Okay, so as you were gone, Loki, we had a team fight in the bot lane that was really nice. We had both the junglers coming in. We had the Jarvan waiting in the bush. Yeah, we had the Jarvan in the bush, and he was like, they didn't know that the Wukong was there, so they were pretty unsure. They were like, the blue team was really happy to see that they are just two in the bottom lane and they're gonna get those kills. But Thresh getting that lantern to that Wukong, he gets in, he ults in, and it destroys the plan of the blue team, and they get two kills out of that, and purple team losing no one from their team, and that was actually a good decision. Actually, a clever decision by the purple team. Wukong being there at the right time, or else it would have been disastrous for the purple team. So yeah,
Indeed.
so
So yeah, I guess we just see a lot of common mistakes being happening on the blue team's part. I mean, they're just not really playing as much of a team. I mean, they were quite in par in the early game, but now they're just digging themselves into that big hole, and they're not being able to climb out of it. I mean, just looking at the CS numbers alone, 63 to 121. 41 to 51, 123 to 103. The only lane that's winning in CS is the top lane here, and top lane is 0-2 against a 2-0 Gnar. So this really doesn't look forward. This really doesn't look in blue team's favor, and they just need to stick together as a team. They need the jungler to gank and play aggressive a little bit, and yeah.
yeah, even though you see that Yorick is ahead on the CS, but Gnar is kind of catching up with him on the gold. Like, he's not so far ahead, he's just 100 gold behind that Yorick. So, not even 100 gold, he's just 30 gold behind that Yorick. So, if you see, even though he's losing those CS, he's kind of catching up by getting the skills.
Yeah, indeed. So yeah, we also see the 3-in-1 Corki with that completed Trinity Force, so he's gonna be dishing out a lot of damage at the moment.
So Loki, can you just help let me know why this pause has been occurred?
Yeah, well, the game has been resumed. Well, basically what happened is I think the Invisible, one of the Clueless Gaming's AD carry has disconnected, and then he needed to reconnect back. And also, the blue team leaving TeamSpeak for whatever reason, not even disconnecting, just leaving. But the game has been unpaused, and we see King Bradley going to the top lane, not knowing that Captain Awesome is in that brush. I think Captain Awesome doesn't notice that King Bradley is over on top, and the red team turret being destroyed by the minions. So yeah, I guess we're back in action. 3-in-1 Corki just wrecking that bot lane, literally. Again, we have the dead sentence coming up very close, but just does not connect onto the Jinx. We also have Jarvan sitting in the top lane, and we might look for a potential gank. The trap's going out, the ulti from Morgana is being used. Corrupt coming, the Cataclysm is used onto Invincible, and he will try and lock Invincible down. The dead sentence connects onto this Jinx. The smite also is being used, and now we see the EQ knocking up, and we also have another snare onto Invincible, but Invincible just putting out a lot of damage, and the blue team actually disengaging this one. So what is happening, Ice Slayer? We just saw a 2v3 in the bot lane, and we saw blue team with the 3 members just disengaging a 2v3.
Yeah, that was actually a good play. Okay, we have another
meanwhile,
engage coming
in.
in.
We have Mahesh getting hooked, and this thing, purple team going a bit too aggressive. The Jinx ulti goes on Invincible, but he will escape just a slither of health, and we have Jarvan taking the kill on the Thresh. So, yeah, purple. I mean, yeah. So yeah, as you were saying.
Yeah, as I was saying, in the bottom lane when Morgana was like going in, she flashed into it, and she wanted that they get stunned. Corki flashed at the right moment. He got out of the stun range, but Thresh was stunned. But even though the Jarvan missed his EQ over Corki, and Corky was actually at a good position of dealing free damage to them, and because of which they had to go out. They had to back out of there, or else they would have died.
Indeed, so yeah, I guess it was just, you know, red team, purple team, just playing that 2v3 out very perfectly, but then packing in the Ponda, they just get too greedy and go for that flash hook, and that just doesn't go out for them.
Yeah, I guess
They're just
I
too
understand why
greedy.
the Thresh. I understand why the Thresh went all in. He might have he must have thought that the Javan has backed off and he's not gonna come back again. And I guess maybe that's why he went all in over the Morgana.
Indeed. So yeah, again, Panda in the pocket going for another dead sentence. It doesn't land, and LeBlanc trying to get a roam onto bot lane so she can get more snowballed, but just not connecting. And we have King Bradley in the brush, looking to get a sneak gank, I guess. But I don't think Blue just playing very passive. And we have back in the Panda trying to go for the hook, but he misses, and Bradley finally revealing himself. Meanwhile, we have Corrupt with the red buff just sitting back, trying to look for a gank of his own, but I guess, we also have a teleport coming out by blue team, and now Invincible just reading it, he gets snared. Captain Awesome going straight on him, the Jinx ulti will take him down, and that's again a very good play on blue team's part. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that was actually indeed a good team fight, but that teleport wasn't needed. I guess the teleport was useless. Now Gnar can easily
Indeed,
push
and over
top.
in the mid lane, we have a 1v1 between Forbidden Requiem and Ori, and Ori going down to Forbidden Requiem with the help of Thresh, I guess. And also, we have blue team going a bit too aggressive in the jungle of red team after taking the turret. Will they get onto the inner turret? King Bradley is the only person there to defend it, and I guess this turret is gone. We have Corrupt going very aggressive onto King Bradley. The snipe does not connect, but Mahesh will be keeping up the kill. We have Rocket and Panda going very aggressive. Jinx taking a little bit of the turret damage. Did use his ulti, and the inner turret will go down at the cost of King Bradley, but also we've got Spot looking in. Will he go for the 1v4? He does get spotted out by the W, and Mahesh, not quite connecting the snare, but he will get his passive on Mahesh, will slow him down. Here comes Thresh. Will he land the death sentence? No, he's just walking forward, and he doesn't land the death sentence. Beautiful and disengaged by the blue team. Now we have Packet and Ponda trying to chase them down, trying to see if they can land another death sentence, but he's really far away from his team at the moment. Mahesh, beautiful snare on the exhaust, and he will go down. Now Squad trying to just play super aggressive. We also have Forbidden Requiem coming from the side, trying to take down. Corrupt will go down. Now it's gonna be a correct double kill comes on through Invincible, and Forbidden Requiem just taking out Mahesh, a very low support. And now we do see some juking going on there. Captain also tanky to handle, he'll just back away.
Dude, I'm really not sure what happened in that team fight. That was a really long team fight. Very, very long.
Yeah, indeed. We had mistakes from both ends, as well as we had good counterplays by both ends. So as I told you how strong Corky is.
Oh, we have the Tari going down.
Yeah, meanwhile, we do have some pink for Dragon, and I guess this will be an uncontested red team Dragon. And
This will be the second dragon.
Yeah, indeed, and blue team just not disengaging quite well. I mean, they did disengage pretty well, but they were caught really deep inside the purple team's jungle. But then, after when the purple team tried to chase them down, they could have really disengaged that fight and just took the kills and ran away. But instead, they didn't. And also, we have mid lane going 0-5 against this LeBlanc. I have no idea what he's doing. Now we have just Mahesh getting caught out randomly in the dragon area. Who knows what in the world he was doing?
Yeah.
But he walks into 3 members, and Forbidden Requiem takes the kill.
Yeah, but that was really a very, very bad play from the Morgana. Like she used her spell shield after getting all the CC. I don't know why. She used the spell shield after just getting the hook and using his play.
Yeah, so, you know, just bad play after bad play, and then blue team just, dug their hole too much, and they really can't. It's gonna be really hard for them to climb out. Whereas you have the purple team with a huge lead, and they're just gonna be capitalizing on every single play. a 5-2 Corki, a 5-0 LeBlanc with TFG Morelos. This, this is just not good at all. A 2-1 Wukong, a 2-0 top laner. And, top laner might be that lane with the lowest kills and probably the highest deaths, but he has the most, he has the most amount of time to actually influence his game just by wrecking his lane, which I guess he has. A 0-3 Yorick, a 2-0 Gnar, and, this game looks kind of over to me. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it seems kind of over to me too. But if you see, the red team has now, they now have a lot of dominance over the map. They have wards all over the bottom side. They are even destroying all the wards that have been placed by the blue team. So I guess all in all, red team just needs to play safely now, not not allow them to get any kills, and get the skills in return, trade well, and I guess it would be like an easy GG for them.
Indeed, but now we have another Invincible puzzle. Here comes King Bradley. Cataclysm is being used on Invincible, but he'll get exhausted. Heal coming out. We're up forced to flash away, but that is too late. Meanwhile, we have Agent of Chaos trying to dish out as much as damage as he can. He won't. He'll get tower dive. Panda in pocket will take the tower. He does live with a flash, and now that's the bot inner turret gonna go. So yeah, just mistake after mistake. What is going on here, Islayer?
Yeah, and we even see Ari going down in the mid lane. It was a 2v2 in the mid lane and a 3v3 in the bottom lane, and the red team losing no one, fortunately. And I think we might probably see that Wukong going down.
I don't think so. He's just gonna juke out of it.
He's
just
gonna
like that.
juke
And
out
even
of
if
it.
he does,
Okay,
he has
nice
14.
juke.
We have Captain
Oh, he
flashing
flashes
away,
in.
aggressive.
He
And
does
wow,
go down.
Kong goes down, and now Invincible is just gonna try and back away. He doesn't want any of that tanky Yorick over there with the Frozen Heart and Spirit Visage.
Yeah, that Yorick's going pretty tanky. He's gonna use his lifesteal too. So let's hope he isn't much trouble to the red team.
Indeed, and what you can see about Yorick is he has his Tier of a Goddess completed. I mean, he has it all stacked and stuff, but he hasn't bought his Mana Mune yet. He doesn't have enough gold for it yet. Instead, he invested on a Frozen Heart and a Spirit Visage and bought a random pickaxe. I don't know why, but he needs to really finish his Mana Mune now. And over in the mid lane, we have Forbidden Requiem actually trying to engage onto Ari, but he runs out with the lower health. So, again, just missing your Eternal Chains as LeBlanc just really will bite you hard.
Yeah, and LeBlanc even isn't using her DFG. I have no clue why not.
But over in the red buff area, we do have Mahesh getting caught out. Panda and Pocket a little bit too deep. 3 members of the blue team. And here we have Agent of Chaos who will come in and pick up the kill. He does get the kill. King Bradley coming out very aggressive. Beautiful stand by King Bradley. Agent of Chaos can't win this. He does use his execution calling and takes out the kill. Very good play by Agent of Chaos, and he gets out very low. Here comes Ari and tries to take out SWAT. SWAT being too tanky. Invincible also very low. Will Captain Awesome get him? No, he's just gonna flash over the wall. Now it's SWAT, the new target. Agent of Chaos does get him. Now here comes Forbidden Requiem. He will get chunked. Godfrey focuses a new target. He'll go down as 0-7 Ari. And even though now we have Forbidden Requiem trying to chase onto the AD carry. Will he get him? He uses his Distortion and his Art, and he'll use his Distortion again, just use his Ignite and pick up the kill. Doesn't even need to use his Eternal Chains. And wow, now you can just really see how far up the purple team is. I mean, they played that team fight very badly. I mean, they had Thresh getting caught out, they got Wukong getting caught out, but then they're just so far ahead that doesn't really matter. Even after bad play, they'll still come out on top because they've got Forbidden Requiem who actually wrecked their lane, and they've got Gnar who also wrecked their lane. So it really doesn't matter at this point how sloppy purple team's team fight is played. They will come out on top just by standard general tankiness and damage, I would say.
Yeah, indeed. We saw that Gnar going all in on that Jinx, keeping her out of the team fight, zoning her out totally so that she cannot dish any damage to the purple team. Meanwhile, Corki was dealing a hell lot of damage. Like, he got a triple kill out of that, which was really good. And he was actually he wasn't in a good position, but even though he got those kills which was beneficial for the team, and I guess now they're pretty fed enough. Don't they shouldn't actually care how the team fight goes. They're gonna get the damage over to them.
Indeed, but I don't know why teams kind of getting limited. And meanwhile, over in the mid lane, you have Agent of Chaos getting caught out. God must be crazy looking like the new target. He will go down to Ignite, and Corrupt just trying to tank as much as he can. Ghana also does go down in the process, and I think that's GG.
Yeah, that's gonna be a GG or probably a surrender coming up from the blue team. I'm not sure.
It's a 37k to 48k. It started out as just a 2k gold lead, but now it's a 10k, and we have Forbidden Requiem coming on the side using his DSG. Single of Silence takes Corrupt very low, and now he's the new focus. Distortion will take him out, and now Captain Awesome is the new target, but we do have the Executioner's probably coming out. Invincible will take the damage, nothing's gonna be happening, and Captain Awesome tanky for damage. I mean, Purple Team is putting out a considerably good amount of damage. Captain Awesome with that Spell Vamp and Lifesteal, just too tanky for him to handle at this stage. We also have Invincible very slow, and he might get killed. No, he does use his heal, and he will escape. We also have Panda and Pocket very low, just standing in that bush, and Mahesh.
This is gonna be fun.
For this slot, I don't know why, but 3 members
Three
of
members,
the low purple
low
team
head.
coming in, and Mahesh just getting destroyed by Forbidden Requiem. 11-0-3. This is over. Oh, but God must be crazy going in and takes a turn. King Bradley going very low, playing too aggressive and very reckless. King Bradley with Ignite ticking does go down. Just a reckless play coming out by him. And here comes the rest of blue team. Will they try and capitalize off this turret? They're gonna try, but just it's not a really good idea. Red team is just too ahead. They can just have Panda and Pocket flash and engage, and they'd still come out on top. But good disengage coming out by them. So yeah, it's a really action-packed game, don't you think, Islayer?
Yeah, I guess it's more action-packed for the purple team rather than the blue team. I'm not sure they are having much fun in this game at the moment.
Oh, and Captain Awesome getting melted by Forbidden Requiem. TFG does is used, and he will go down to save Yorick. And also here comes the Cataclysm, taking out 3 members of his own team, and this is what Invincible over there on the back, just dishing out as much damage as he can. But this he becomes a new focus. That sentence lands on Agents of Chaos. Panda and Pocket will go down. That's a double kill for Agents of Chaos. Very low health. Will he go down? Oh yes, he will go down to slot. And here comes Forbidden Requiem. Smite being used on Mahesh. Mahesh is the last member. He will go down. Spell being immune, but that doesn't matter. They will go down. And over in the bot lane, there's a huge minion wave being built up, and this might be the GG of their bot inhibitor turret. Meanwhile, the rest of purple team gonna try and get the mid lane turret and hopefully finish the game.
Yeah, that was indeed a really good fight from the purple team side. We see Corky positioning him at a really nice place away from everyone. He was just hitting his rockets into the J4 ultimate, and he got those kills. But Jinx being a bit clever, she aimed at Corky. She shut him down. But then Gnar is pretty tanky at this moment, so I guess just as I told you, Gnar is gonna be a little bit tanky in the mid lane in the late game, so that's when he's gonna be he's gonna tank all the damage for them and also deal the same amount of damage.
Well, we have Invincible and Panda Pocket trying to get a 2v2 jungler and support of the blue team, with Corrupt going very low. What is he thinking? Trying to 1v1 a Infinity Edge, Last Whisper, Triforce, Corky, Mahesh forcing to flash out. Now we have King Bradley coming in, looking to make an aggressive play. He will get charmed, and God must be crazy, not engaging. Instead, now he's engaging with the DFG. Bradley, I think, will go down in the bot lane. I'm not sure, but meanwhile, over at the blue buff area, we got a fight. Captain Awesome taking Invincible very low, and Agent of Chaos will be picking up the kill. Panda Pocket now the new focus, but Forbidden Requiem just comes and dominates on the Agent of Chaos, and Panda Pocket sit very low. Forbidden Requiem doesn't have the spells at the moment to do anything. He will go down. Captain Awesome tanking 3 members of the the purple team, but he will go down to a 14-1 LeBlanc. The burst is immense.
Please don't ask me what that team fight was. Please do not.
I don't even think that was a team fight. That was just, I don't know, random people walking into random places. I mean, we've got Jigs who's actually keeping her head high and actually being a relevant matter into this game. And we've also got Yorick that's scaling just very well into this game, able to tank a very fed purple team at this stage. So yeah, good credit for him. Let's see how the rest of this team fight goes.
Yeah, but I guess it's the blue team is right now trying to get back into the game, trying to cover up their mistakes that they have made, and we might just see Gnar not actually getting any damage from the Jinx. I don't know why. The Jinx didn't do much damage to the Gnar because we have ultimate coming in from Wukong and Ruff going down, and we have Gnar coming in, the hook missing, the Gnar misses his Q. The red team doesn't care where the blue team is going, they just want to get the mid turret. We're gonna get the turret, they're gonna get the inhibitor. Captain Awesome being there, he's trying to defend, but I don't think he's gonna be able to do it. We're gonna see the inhibitor going down.
Inhibitor does go down, the death sentence does not land, and purple team, I guess, kind of stopped fooling around and back in control of this team, and now we've got a split push Jinx trying to split push top, but I think the purple team is aware of that and they will try and counter it. Oh, they unfortunately aren't aware of that, but now we've got Swat and Thresh trying to go get it. Red team does take a turret.
Meanwhile, purple team getting the dragon, easy dragon again. This is the fourth dragon for them, and Rexium melting down that J-Force. That disrespect coming in from the LeBlanc. Auto attack into J-Force.
Now we're in the mid lane area. We do have an engage going down. Mahesh going very low. Will get taken out. King Bradley also very low. He'll also go down to Captain Awesome. And Captain Awesome was vectoring the burst of a LeBlanc. So Eternity doesn't connect, but Invincible will be taking the kill there.
So this
and now we just have the ult of Captain Awesome. Won't be doing much.
So the purple team backing out. I don't know why they're not going for the Baron yet. Like, it's gonna be an easy Baron for them if they go in for a Baron right now. Meanwhile, Gnar is gonna go push top a little bit because they have the mid inhibitor. So the mid lane is gonna push itself. Okay, the purple team is pinging for the Baron, so they're probably gonna go there. But LeBlanc is on the bot lane. She's gonna push the lane and then go for it. Meanwhile, the blue team is trying to clear the super minions in the mid lane. LeBlanc still pushing the bot lane, and meanwhile Mahesh is probably gonna kill God. Okay, no, he misses the hook.
But now we have Corrupt and God must be traded, trying to capitalize. I have no idea what they're doing. Here comes the rest of the purple team. This team fight is over. You can close your eyes and tell them that that this team fight has already been won by the purple team. But wow, the AD Sari getting bursted down by the 2-12 Ari there. And Captain Awesome tanking 5 men. The exhaust does go on to Chaos. King Bradley looking at his job to go on to Chaos, but now he becomes a new focus, and Panda very low. Swat's the only one alive. Meanwhile, we got the mid laner going around and split pushing that bot lane, so Bradley just trying to juke out with the AD carry.
Yeah, that was a 4v5 team fight, and we still see them equally trading.
Wow, even they still are fighting a 2v2 with SWAT and King Bradley will go down. Now we have a 1v1 with Agent of Chaos versus SWAT right there. Mahesh needs to do something, but no, he will go down.
And Mahesh
ace,
giving
I
up
believe.
totally. Mahesh giving up that team fight.
I don't think it's possible for an Ari just getting wrecked.
No, I guess you just saw how it's possible.
I don't know why that.
They have a
I don't know
surrender
why.
coming up, so the blue team surrenders 5-0.
And that's GG, guys.
That's GG for the purple team.
I don't even know what to say about that game. I mean, there was so much action, and you know, we had some team lanes that lost very badly, and I guess the bot lane did pretty well. But we'll see next time. So that is the second last game of today. I think there's one more game after this, so stay tuned for that, guys. Peace out.